their skin, so that their skin stays intact. Meanwhile, the babies and stranglers. Understand? So they actually love the animal more, even though they're going to kill the animal, but they save the animal so that the animal's skin doesn't get tears and all that shit. They can hit it with a pickaxe, right? Okay. This is what they used to do to us, right? But this is going to come back on us. Well, we're not going to do it, the Most High is going to do it. But he's going to use us to do it. Because we can't go do it ourselves. Man, that's nonsense. In the book of James said, vengeance doesn't, you can't go seek vengeance for yourself. But I know you gotta go, so I just want to tell you that you're one of the Israelites, the Most High willing, and the so-called Negroes is different from the so-called Africans. Okay, we are totally different nations. Because why aren't the African Arabs Turks? Why isn't the Japanese the Chinese? Why isn't the Afghanistan? They look alike, right? Because they kept their history. They kept their history. We didn't. Our history is stolen from us in slavery. So we forgot. Now, if you just tell us like, okay, we're Africans, then we don't believe it. Why? Because we look like them. But you ain't going to people. You're not going to tell a Chinese that he's a Japanese. He's going to cut your ass up. Yeah? Let's go. Okay. Yeah, that is the 1/3. En de 0,1.
Ja, wat paar shit, jouw shirt.
is denk ik dan in de 44 was. Want anders komt het op 999. Maar die 33,3% is al 9. Dus.
But leave it there, leave it there. Huh?
Dat is 3 keer 3.
About? Yeah, we can leave it there.
Dus dat is het niet.
Dat is ook.
Nee, hier is veel beter, man. Zo de fuck.
Ja?
Echt waar, maar hier is toch niks nog. Everybody in the car looking at us, man. They really want to see what we doing. Hey, it's a dumb start. Why didn't you say nothing? Hey, shut up. Double honor, all praises go to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and Shalom to all the Akyam around the world. We the Hebrew Israelites right here in Holland preaching about the downfall of these so-called white people, their society, which is finna go down in a couple of years. Maybe next year. We don't know. But it's soon to begin, I hope end of this year. So let's just continue. Yo, jij gaat de politie van de wereld zo? Jij gaat politie van de wereld,
yeah, Shalom, Akyam, hello. Now if you look into the news, you can see Esau's going down, man. You know? You can see the Esau's money system. Because their money is collapsing. The euro is going down, the dollar, the pound, even England having hard times. And that's all written in the scriptures, you know? And the prophet Daniel, he really saw that. He knew about that, you know? Can somebody give me the book of Daniel, the 2nd chapter? You know, we will speak about that. Because it's not a coincidence that this money of this society, of Esau's kingdom is going down, of the so-called white man. You know, that's in the scriptures.
Daniel what?
Daniel, the 2nd chapter. Verse
32.
Start at verse 31.
Daniel chapter 1, chapter 2, verse 31. Thou, O king, sawest, and behold, a great image.
This is the prophet Daniel speaking towards the king of Babylon, because he had a dream, you know, and the king the king was threatening to kill everybody, you know, even his own wise men, if they could not explain his dream. So what Daniel did, he went to his house and he prayed towards the Most High, and the Lord gave him that vision. He gave him the revelation of the king's dream. You know?
And behold, a great image. This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible.
Yeah, so we saw a great image that was in the dream of the king, you know, and the Most High gave that dream to the king, so that his servant, the prophet Daniel, could explain it to the king, you know. Read on.
This image's head was fine of gold, his breast of his arm, and his arm of silver.
So
His,
stop there. When it says his image's head was of fine gold, that head represented the Babylonian Empire. Then it says, read on.
his breast and his arms of silver.
And it says his breast and his arms were of silver. The breast and the arms represents the kingdom of the Medo-Persians, because they came after the Babylonians, you know.
His legs of iron, his feet part of iron and part of clay.
Now it says his legs of iron. The legs is talking about the
His legs of iron, his feet part of iron and part of clay.
Oh, because I missed Greece, you know.
This is
His thigh and
his belly and his thighs of brass.
God, it says his belly and his thighs of brass. After the Persian Empire, you had the Greeks who came in the power. That was the belly and the thighs of brass. Read on.
His legs of iron,
And
his
it
feet.
says his legs of iron. His legs that were of iron was known in the time of the Roman Empire. Read on.
His feet part of iron and part of clay.
And the feet part of iron and part of clay nowadays represents the European nations and America, the UN, the United Nations. You know, and you notice it said part of iron and part of clay. Why it says of iron too is because this kingdom is a revival of the Roman Empire. And not only is this a revival of the Roman Empire, but it is divided as well. You have the iron and you have the clay. Meaning the iron and the clay, this kingdom is partly strong, but it's also partly weak. If you look at Europe, you have the northern countries, like us in Holland, Germany, you have France. Those countries are doing well. But the southern countries of Europe, Spain, Portugal, Italy and Greece, they're doing not well. So that's what this dream was talking about. His feet, part of iron and part of clay, because the iron is a strong material, clay is a weak material. It represents this kingdom, economic system, partly strong and partly broken. Read on.
Thou sawest still that a stone was cut out without hands,
Yep.
which smote the image upon his feet
Yep.
that were of iron and clay.
Can't stop there. So even that king of Babylon, he saw a stone. Now that stone that he saw, that's talking about Yahushua, because Yahushua is referred in the scriptures as a stone, and it is Yahushua who is going to destroy this kingdom when he's coming back. Read on.
And break them in pieces.
Come on.
There was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together,
Yeah, broken. Yeah.
and became like the shaft of the summer threshing floor. And the wind carried them away,
Yep.
that no place was found for them.
Yep.
And the stone
And the
that
stone-
smote the image became a great mountain.
Stop there. It says, and the stone that smote the image became a great mountain. Now I have a quick precept. It's in Peter's. I'm gonna get it. You know. It's no, wait. It's in First Peter's, the 2nd chapter. And it says. can start at verse 5. First Peter chapter 2 verse 5. You know, because it says as the Lord he's referred as to a stone, you know? So that's what it speaks about.
First Peter 2 and 5, subtitled Christ our cornerstone. 5. Ye also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house, a holy priesthood to offer up spiritual sacrifices, acceptable to God and Yahweh Shai, the Most High and Yahweh Shai. Wherefore also it is contained in the scripture, behold, I lay in Zion a chief cornerstone,
The chief cornerstone, yep.
elect, precious, and he that believeth on him shall not be confounded.
Now the chief cornerstone, what it was speaking about, was Yahweh Shai. He that believeth on him shall not be confounded. For because if you believe in Yahweh Shai, which is only given to the elect, that faith by the Most High, guess what? You will be saved in the day of trouble, in the day of the Lord. So when it speaks about in Daniel the 2nd chapter, that the stone smote the image, and there was no place found for them anymore, that stone is talking about the Lord. You know? Because the Lord is coming back to reclaim his kingdom. You know? Because he made this earth.
Daniel 2:35. 35. And the stone that smote the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth. This is the dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king.
Yeah. You have something?
Yeah, about it. Because they say about the stone, that book in the Nashi. The stone is representing Yahweh Shai is for. So in Revelation chapter 1 verse 7, behold, he come with a cloud, and every eye shall see him, and they also which perceive him, and all cattle of the earth shall run because of him.
Say,
So,
behold, he cometh with the clouds.
that's what it is, yeah.
That's talking about the Lord, because we know he cometh with the clouds, which means the chariots. But let's go on with the Daniels.
That's a soul loop. Chariot is a soul loop. The soul is chariot loop.
It's a chariot, so by your hope.
Chariots.
Daniel 2 and 37. Thou, O King, art the King of kings, for the God of heaven
Nu moet je een beetje sneller lezen, ja?
hath given thee to a kingdom, power and strength and glory. And whosoever the children of men dwell, wheresoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the fields and the fowls of heaven had he given into thine hand.
So if you have a king or a kingdom ruling, it's the Most High who gave that power to that king or that nation. Why is the white man ruling? Because the Lord gave him his power. You know, read on.
Whosoever, and he had made thee rulers over them all. Thou art this head of gold.
So stop there. Daniel said, "Thou art this head of gold." Now he was speaking to Nebuchadnezzar, which was the king of Babylon. So that head of gold was the kingdom of Babylon. You know?
And after thee shall arise another kingdom inferior to thee, and another third kingdom
Stop
of brass,
there. Inferior to thee, there's the Medes and the Persian, and the third kingdom is Greece. You know?
which shall bear rule over all the earth.
Yeah, there's Greece, which shall bear rule over all the earth. Because when Alexander came in the power, he was ruling over a lot of things in the world.
The known world of
Yeah,
America.
the known world. He was ruling a lot of things. You know that was talking about Alexander when he came in the power. So Daniel, he knew all those things. Read on.
Verse 40. And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh into pieces and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these, shall it break in pieces the bruise. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toe,
Stop daar. Ik wil dat je die vers nog één keer leest, wat je net las.
and whereas thou sawest the,
Nee, die één vers omhoog.
verse 40. And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, For as much as iron breaketh into pieces and subdueth all things.
Stop that. It says the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron. That's the Roman Empire. When the Roman Empire was ruling, in that time you had a place called Britannia, you had Germania, you had Gaul, you had France, you had all those different parts. But the Roman Empire, they was destroying all those kingdoms, They even show you that in the movies with King Arthur and all the things, The Roman Empire, they was always destroying those other kingdoms next to them. That's why it speaks about like iron and it breaketh in pieces. That was the so-called white man, according to his blessing, that he would rule with the sword, destroying everything. And he's doing it today too,
Bruce, verse 41. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of the potter's clay, and part of iron.
God, the feet, part of iron and part of clay. That's talking about the European nations now. Because it is part of iron, part of clay, meaning some parts of this kingdom is strong economically, some parts of this kingdom is weak. And you can see that in Greece, that's why they're rioting. And that's why you have those other countries in Europe, like Holland, Germany, they need to give money to the weak nations so they can stay stable. That's what it speaks about, meaning part of iron and part of clay. That's talking about now, brothers. It's this time,
And part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it.
Stop that. It says the kingdom shall be divided. Now everybody that look at the news, if you see the European, how it's going with the euro, with their currency, you can see that's divided, man. It's really divided. It's divided. That's what it speaks about. This Daniel, the 2nd chapter, speaks about the European nations today, meaning that they should be divided.
Divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay.
Yep.
Verse 42. And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken.
And this scripture explains itself. So the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. Because nowadays, if you look, you have the land called Scotland. They just ask permission. Because now they are not with Great Britain anymore. Scotland. The same is in Belgium. You have Flanders and you have Wallonia. Those people are, they are separating too. The same thing is in Spain. You have Spain, Madrid, and you have Catalonia. The same thing is in Italy. You have Italy and you have Venice. Those are provinces in the same kingdom, in that same country, but they're asking independence. You know why they're asking that? Because the kingdom is partly strong and it is partly broken.
It's falling.
It is falling.
Yeah.
It's really crumbling. That's why you have the people they're rioting in Greece right now, man. It's for their money, man. You see, and in Spain, you have a province called Catalonia. Those people saying, look, man, we don't want to deal with Spain anymore. We hate Madrid, because we as a province we make good money, but the other country, they don't make no good money. You see, that's why it speaks about partly strong, partly broken. And we're supposed to watch that news because it's only getting worse and worse. And the end goal of Esau is to chip everybody with the RFID.
Verse 43. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seeds of men. They shall mingle themselves with the seeds of men. But they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. And in the days of these kings,